This car park will be my bedroom tonight, and I'll be sleeping in this darkest corner so I'm out of sight.
A recording studio in the heart of North London, rap artist Justin pulls no punches when voicing his message about homelessness and rough sleeping in the UK. Inspired by his own experience of sleeping rough in London for over a decade, Justin now dedicates his music to relaying the untold stories of the people he met during his time on the streets. He names them the forgotten and invisible in society.
People that work in the medical field. I've met somebody with a forensic science degree. I've met one of the best guitarists I've ever heard in my life.
With the profits from his single, Justin has printed hoodies for homeless people to wear during the winter months, relaying the message, still human. He says the government continues to ignore the highly skilled people who could input into society, and that rough sleepers are an inconvenient reminder of the economic disparity and rising house prices in the UK. A government spokesperson denies this.
This government has increased spending to prevent homelessness, making over £500 million available to help the most vulnerable in society.
I took to the streets with Justin to see some of the work that his grassroots campaign group Homeless Reach and others have achieved. In Trafalgar Square, activists and homeless people have erected an outdoors kitchen which relies on donations.
I met someone else who said he just went around the world, he was working on ships and he came back to Britain and he was in his 60s and he just couldn't work anymore, and then he couldn't get benefits because he'd been out of the country for so long. Stories like this remind you that just bad things happen to people. We need to keep that in mind, that people are always still human.
Steve lost his home and job following a bout of depression over the death of his child 2 years ago. Since that time, he has been sleeping rough, but he says whilst working in the kitchen, he feels a sense of proud ownership in helping his friends.
Bring your stuff to us. We'll give it to the people, the right people.
This kitchen was established by homeless people in order to give people sleeping on the streets some hope over the winterless months. However, many of them are saying this is simply sticking a small plaster on a much greater problem. Back in the studio, Justin explains that handouts to the homeless is never enough. He is caught in a catch-22 situation.
Because we're not registered, a lot of people don't want to donate stuff to us to give to the homeless. Whereas if we was, and then they did donate, it would affect how much tax they pay.
If he registers as a charity, he would receive more donations and support. However, he says that businesses which donate to charity receive large tax breaks. The irony being that this lost tax revenue could be used to alleviate homelessness in the first place. For now, he will utilise his skills to spread awareness about rising levels of homelessness in the UK.
I'm ruthless.
Laura Burden-Manley, RT, London.